Jeremiah Part 3. Jeremiah threatened with death. In the beginning of the reign of Jehoiakim, Jeremiah speaking these words in the house of the Lord, this man deserves the sentence of death because he has prophesied against the city, as you have heard with your own ears. Jeremiah spared from death. Then the officials and all the people said to the priests and the prophets, this man does not deserve the sentence of death. And certain of the elders arose. Micaiah prophesied in the days of Hezekiah, king of Judah, Zion shall be plowed as a field, Jerusalem shall become a heap of ruins. There was another man who prophesied, Uriah. He prophesied against the city in words like those of Jeremiah. He was afraid and fled and escaped to Egypt. Then Jehoiakim, sent to Egypt, brought him to the king Jehoiakim, who struck him down. The yoke of Nebuchadnezzar. In the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah, thus the Lord said to me, all the nations shall serve him, and his son, and his grandson. But any nation that will bring its neck under the yoke of the king of Babylon, and serve him, I will leave him on his own land, to work it and dwell there, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord, concerning the vessel that are left in the house of the Lord, I will bring them back and restore them to this place. Hananiah the false prophet. In that same year, at the beginning of the reign of Zedekiah, Hananiah spoke to me. Thus says the Lord, I have broke the yoke of the king of Babylon. Within 2 years, and Hananiah spoke in the presence of all the people, even so will I break the yoke within 2 years. And Jeremiah said, behold, this year you shall die, because you have utterly rebelled against the Lord. In that same year, in the 7th month, the prophet Hananiah died. Jeremiah's letter to the exiles. These are the words of the letters that Jeremiah sent from Jerusalem to the surviving elders of the exiles. Multiply there and do not decrease, for thus says the Lord, when 70 years are completed, bring you back to this place. Shemaiah's false prophecy. Therefore, thus says the Lord, I will punish Shemaiah of Nehelam and his descendants. He shall not have anyone living among this people, for he has spoken rebellion against the Lord. Restoration for Israel and Judah. The fierce anger of the Lord will not turn back until he has executed and accomplished the intentions of his mind. In the later days you will understand this. The Lord will turn mourning to joy. At that time, declares the Lord, I will be the God of all the clans of Israel, and they shall be my people. For there shall be a day when watchmen will call in the hill country of Ephraim, arise, and let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. And Ephraim is my firstborn. I have heard Ephraim grieving. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he my darling child? How long will you waver, O faithless daughter? For the Lord has created a new thing on the earth. A woman encircles a man. The new covenant. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, and no longer shall each one teach his neighbor and his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord, who gives the sun for light by day, and the fixed order of the moon and the stars for light by night, who stirs up the sea so that its waves roar. Thus says the Lord, if the heavens can be measured and the foundations of the earth below can be explored, then I will cast off all the offspring of Israel for all that they have done, declares the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when the city shall be rebuilt. Jeremiah builds a field during the siege. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord in the 10th year of Zedekiah, 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar, Jeremiah said, the word of the Lord came to me, behold, Hanamel, the son of Shalom, your uncle, will come to you and say, buy the field that is at Anathoth, for the right of redemption by purchase is yours. For thus says the Lord, houses and fields and vineyards shall again be bought in this land. Jeremiah prays for understanding. What you spoke has come to pass, and behold, you see it. Yet you, O Lord, have said to me, buy the field. They shall be my people, and they shall be my people, I will be their God. For thus says Lord, just as I have brought all this great disaster upon this people, so I will bring upon them all the good that I promised them. The Lord promises peace. The voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of bridegroom and the voice of bride, the voice of those who sing as they bring thank offerings to the house of the Lord. The Lord's eternal covenant with David. In those days and at that time I will cause a righteous branch to spring up for David. Thus says Lord, if you can break my covenant with the day and my covenant with the night, so that the day and night will not come at their appointed time, then also my covenant with David my servant may be broken. Thus says the Lord. If I have not established my covenant with day and night, and the fixed order of heaven and earth, then I will reject the offspring of Jacob. Zedekiah to die in Babylon. At the end of 7 years, each of you must set free the fellow Hebrew who has been sold to you. But your fathers did not listen to me. You recently repented and did what was right in my eyes. But then you turned around, each of you took back his male and female slaves, and you brought them into subjection to be your slaves. The obedience of the Rechabites. But they answered, will we drink no wine? For Jonadab, the son of Rechab, our father, commanded us, you shall not drink wine, neither you nor your son forever. You shall not build a house, you shall not sow seed, you shall not plant or have a vineyard, but you shall live in tents all your days. But to the house of the Rechabites, Jeremiah said, because you have obeyed the command of Jonadab your father, and kept all his precepts, and done all that he commanded you, Jonadab shall never lack a man to stand before me. Jehoiakim burns Jeremiah's scroll. In the 4th year of Jehoiakim, this word came to Jeremiah, take a scroll and write on it all the words I have spoken to you. And Baruch wrote on a scroll at the dictation of Jeremiah all the words of the Lord that had spoken to him. In the 5th year of Jehoiakim, all the people proclaimed a fast before the Lord. Then in the hearing of all the people, Baruch read the words of Jeremiah from the scroll in the house of the Lord. Baruch answered them, he dictated all these words to me while I wrote them with ink on the scroll. Then the official said to Baruch, go and hide, you and Jeremiah, and let no one know where you are. And Jehudah read it to the king. As Jehudah read 3 or 4 columns, the king would cut them off and throw them into the fire. Yet neither the king nor any of his servants was afraid. And the king commanded Jeremiah, the king's son, Seraiah, and Shelemiah to seize Baruch and Jeremiah, but the Lord hid them. Take another scroll and write on it all the former words that were in the first scroll. Jehoiakim, he shall have none to sit on the throne of David. Jeremiah warns Zedekiah. Zedekiah, whom Nebuchadnezzar made king instead of Coniah, the son of Jehoiakim, but neither he, his servants, people of land listened to Jeremiah. Jeremiah imprisoned. Now when the Chaldean army had withdrawn from Jerusalem at the approach of Pharaoh's army, Jeremiah set out from Jerusalem to go to the land of Benjamin, to receive his portion there among the people. You are deserting to the Chaldeans. And Jeremiah said, it is a lie. Where are your prophets? So King Zedekiah committed Jeremiah to the court of the guard. Jeremiah cast into the cistern. Now Shephatiah, Gedaliah, Jucal, and Pashur heard the words that Jeremiah was saying to all the people. So they took Jeremiah and cast him into the cistern by ropes, and Jeremiah sank in the mud.